You know, it's funny, whenever we present Bose, I always say, you know, I don't really have to tell you how great Bose is. Bose is, but maybe I should. Bose is obviously at the top of the game when it comes to sound, when it comes to audio. They are the best of the best when it comes to sound and technology. They are the ones that created their own system on how to channel sound and how to run it through from a small little sound and create this booming sound out the other end and do it in such a small footprint. This has got everything you could possibly want. Remote control comes with it, but this one also has the touch control where you can touch the top of the machine to turn it on and turn it off. So as you're walking by, just touch it and it'll turn it off. It's a super cool feature. This also has the Bluetooth receiver that we're including with it. So if you want to stream your music from your phone or your tablet, you can do that as well. It is sleek, it is compact. I have two color choices for you today. We have the Platinum, which is here, and then we have the Espresso, which is over here. There is something that is so timeless about Bose. When it comes to even in decorating, indoor decor, everybody loves a Bose because it's sleek, it's simple. When you turn it on for the first time, if you've never listened to it before, you really have to sit back. When you turn the volume up and you start to crank it out, I'm thrown back to like the days of the mid to late 70s, early 80s when we needed 5 jumbo speakers that were almost as tall as me to get this kind of sound. Now we've learned, or Bose has learned, how to direct sound, how to channel sound. We have a lot of different demonstrations that will show you. All I can say to you is, if you love great music, and I know we're probably appreciating that now more than ever, it's time to pick up your Bose. In the old days, Bose was at a price point where, you know what, it was expensive, it was worth it, but it was really one of those ones that one day I'll own a Bose. Now you can. Our price, what you see down there, is about $200 off anywhere you look for this. Okay, we looked everywhere. We have a special relationship with the folks at Bose, which is why we get such a great deal and why we give you such a great deal. The value is crazy. Here it is, and remember, you know, we always take the best prices we can find. We go for the lower ones, right? And the best prices we could find were $499.95. All right, the Bluetooth receiver that we're giving you, the WaveCast, is another $32. Your total cost would have been $532. You can almost buy 2 of those today with your savings of only $299.99. It's free shipping and handling. Underneath that price right there, you'll see it says FlexPay. All FlexPay is the way to cut it up. Think of it like a piece of pie. We give you the pie, you pay for one slice. If you love it, you pay for the other slices down the road. It's very simple. Always a customer pick. Anybody out there that says something bad about Bose, I'm sorry, they just don't know what they're talking about, because it has stood the test of time. The professional teams out there, everybody uses it. You know, the guys that are talking to the coaches on the field, you'll see Bose on their headphones. It is truly the #1 brand. And let me introduce you to our #1 guy, Mr. Justin Smith is standing by. You know, it's funny because Mr. Smith texted me yesterday. I was working out in my gym and I get this text and I was waiting for it. And it's Justin and he's like, dude, we got the Bose tomorrow. And it's like, do we really even have to say anything to each other? And I'm like, nope. We don't even, we know, because we've done it for so long, how great this machine is. And Justin, we've got it today at a value that it's gonna be hard for people not to pick their system up today. Welcome to our show, buddy.
Thanks, Guy. I think that's why we've probably sold over 140 of these units since 2015. And I love that when I text you yesterday, it wasn't like, oh, hey, Guy, I've got this, you know, speaker thing. But it was like, I've got the Bose. It's a primary name. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that, you know, that's the big story with the Bose Wave Music System Series 4. It is the latest and greatest. We had, you know, the Bose Wave Radio Generation 1, like 2 decades ago, Generation 2, Series 3, Series 4. And the big story with this is it's huge, room-filling, robust sound out of a relatively small package. I mean, look at this. It only weighs 8 pounds. You can move it from room to room, kitchen like I'm in now, bedside, credenza. It fits in anywhere because we've taken all the buttons off by design. You really don't even know that all that sound is coming from that speaker, but it is the most rich, make the hair stand up on the back of your head, room-filling sound out of a one-piece speaker that Bose makes. By one-piece speaker, you guys probably hear me say that, and you're like, well, what do you mean? I mean that it has a front-loaded CD player, and it has the CD in there, so dust off those thousands of dollars of CDs that you've been storing for the past 10 years, you can now play them. It has 12 presets of AM, FM radio, high-def tuner, just like in your car. It also has that Bluetooth receiver, so you can go ahead and play all of your playlists that you keep stored and trapped on your phone. And the beauty about it is, Guy, is Bose has made it so much easier to listen to your music. Back in the day, I was a victim of it. I had the big 5-component stereo system. You know, it was the amp, it was the equalizer, it was the radio, it was the CD player, and the big floor speakers that I had to rip up my baseboards and the rat's nest of wires. And it was just too difficult to play my music. It was like, oh, I got to equalize this for this song. I got to turn the power on for if I want to listen to CD, the power on for the radio. It was too much. Or right now, the reason why we listen to our music so much on our phones and on our tablets, and why we've become desensitized to our favorite songs, is because we're listening to them out of these speakers right here, these little secondary pinhole speakers, if you will. But Bose has done all the heavy lifting for you and made it so much easier, just like walking into a room, flipping on the light switch to listen to your favorite song. We want you to experience what it was like when you fell in love with your favorite artist, your favorite band, your favorite song again, like walking into the room and just giving a tap on the top, and it's going to automatically start playing that music again as soon as it reaches. There we go. Wow. And the volume's not even up that much.
I know. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Well, if my neighbors weren't awake, they're definitely awake now. The other day I was doing some house cleaning and I was playing my music, and I went out later to go walk the dog, and my neighbor was out mowing his yard, and he stopped his mower and specifically came over and he's like, hey dude, did you get a new sound system? He's kind of an audiophile like me. And I was like, no dude, it's just a Bose. He's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And that's the thing, you don't realize, like, it's all that sound is coming out of this until like you invite somebody over and they like zero in on the Bose, and it's just like they're sold. Like once you go Bose, you never go back.
Yeah. You know, I've had mine, I talk about mine all the time. I've had mine for, I lose track, but it's 12 or 13 years. I think I have the second generation. And speaking to Bose quality, it's like, the only thing I've ever done to that is I put a CD cleaner in once in a while, you know, just one of those little cleaning discs, which just cleans out any dust that might get in and out of there, and there's nothing you can do. I mean, dust is gonna get in anywhere, but I've never done anything to it. And I'm like, I bought a product, and I paid $500 for mine 13 years ago. Give you an idea of how the value of these and how our value is so great. And they've just gotten better and better. You know, we talk about that touch feature, and I just touch mine. Takes a sec to read the disc, and then it'll turn on. I got my hand on the volume control, but I want you to listen. It's so smooth and clear, right? And if I want to turn it up, it goes a lot higher. Still no breakup. Watch this. I mean, I can keep going. They go up to 99. Go ahead, Kimmy. Kimmy chickened out. Kimmy, we're gonna get you out there dancing. All right, I'm gonna turn it down and show you the control. Now this will go up to 99, okay? I have about that was funny. I have a 1,700 square foot house. It's not big, Justin, and you have yet to be to my house. We've had social distancing for such a long time. Otherwise, you know you will be there. You and Valerie will be there. Hopefully we'll have our next holiday party and you guys will be there. But I have a small house, and it's amazing. I don't think I've ever turned my Bose up beyond like 50 or 55. I mean, you don't need to. But it's nice to know that if you're in a large space, you can get the kind of sound that people get with a surround sound system, you will get with this one Bose system. Talk to me about, if you don't mind, talk to me about, we'll get into some of the technology and stuff if you could, Dustin, because I'm telling you, buddy, this is, I've never seen anything like it. So give us an idea of how they put this thing together and what makes that sound so wonderful.
Yeah, Bose has done a really incredible job. Our R&D team up in Framingham, Massachusetts, they've spent decades researching how to really dissect an audio track. And part of how they do that is with this right here. It's the waveguide technology. It's our patented technology. Many others try to use iterations of the name, but there is only one Bose waveguide technology. And I call this the spaghetti effect, guys. You see there are two 26-inch tubes woven throughout the inside of your Bose Wave Music System chassis. And those little color rings, that's air in motion, because what is sound? What is music? It's literally just air in motion. And I want you to think of it like a flute. Small breath in, huge orchestra, symphonic-like sound out the other side. And as those speakers, those drivers, what they do is they pump that sound, they pump that air through those speakers, and the sound, the air, it expands, it multiplies, so what comes out the other end is a huge room-filling, robust sound to fill your 1,700, your 1,500, or 3,000 square foot home. Likewise, I only have a 1,500 square foot home. I can have this up to only 50, and every corner of my house has sound in it, has music in it. You know, it's really incredible. So in fact, the other day, what I did to show you a more practical illustration of the Bose waveguide technology, shot a little video, sent it over to HSM so that you guys could see exactly what it is. And I'll tell you guys here at home what's going on. Those are your two speakers that come inside behind the grill there of your Bose Wave Music System. Now, in a moment, I'm going to play some music. You're going to watch the air pass out of those speakers and just kind of pass through the flames, barely flickering the flames. And then I'm going to pair it to these two 26-inch tubes that are an exact representation of what's behind the door, what's behind the walls of your Bose Wave Music System. So here's a little music. Watch how the air just kind of dances with the flame. Doesn't really do a whole lot to it, but watch what happens to that flame when I pair those speakers with the representation of the Bose waveguide chambers.
Yeah.
You see how that bass hits, guy? When that bass hits, and that is what Bose is known for, when that bass hits, it really does. I mean, it's almost like a 3D experience, and that's the beautiful part about it, is even at its low end, many other one-piece speakers, they compress a single audio track, where Bose dissects the strings, the guitar, they compress everything. So when that bass comes out, it's really what it does is it's something that you feel. It's a room-filling sound, and it's not something that the bottom falls out at the end. It's not something that causes distortion or crackling at the top end.
Right.
At 0, you still have that full, rich bass. At 100 or 99, if you will, you still have that crisp, clear treble. You're going to be able to hear notes that you've really never heard before.
Yeah, and you know, and I think it is about controlling. It's controlling the air. It's controlling the sound. You know, in the old days, what we did is we figured the way to make more sound was to make things bigger. Right? We actually have to make subwoofers and tweeters and bass speakers and all that. We have to make them larger. But the true technology is concentrating the sound and then releasing it. If you think about, like, you know, I do my garden show and we offer a lot of pressure washers. Pressure washers are kind of the reverse, right? You're taking a large amount of water and you're shrinking it down to a little amount of water to increase the force. This is the other side. You are taking all that sound, right? And you are squeezing it into a tube, and then you are releasing it at the point where we hear it. And so everything is concentrated, comes out. It's unbelievable. You know, and leave it to Bose to come up with this technology. Nobody has been able to replicate it. They are the ones that invented it. You know, I often talk about premium brands, and I say to people, and listen, I'd love to dream. I'd love to know that someday I could afford, you know that big giant fancy car that has 2 R's in it. We all want that, right? But that's so ridiculously up there. Not only is it a premium brand, but it's a ridiculous price. Okay, there are watches you can wear that cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? Everybody wants one. That'd be great, but realistically not practical. You know, where are you going to wear those things, right? And there, I mean, there's luggage, fancy French luggage, all kinds of luggage, right? That's really expensive, and you never spend that. This is the top premium brand at a price that people can afford. I mean, honestly, $299 to me, I'm like, for something that's probably going to last me 10 to 20 years. I've had mine for 13 years, my Bose. You know, and it's like, shame on Bose, because guess what? I don't need another one. Now, I have thought about getting a new Bose, only because I know Danny wants one, and I'm like, I'll be danged if I'm gonna buy Danny a new one, and he's not gonna take my old one. So I'm thinking about getting this one, because I know, first of all, I love the new colors. Mine's the original black, which I love. Mine does not have Bluetooth, Justin, so that's a big deal. I actually have to plug a wire into mine, and into the AV port to actually plug, and I have to plug it directly into my phone. Talk to me about Bluetooth for a sec, because that's a really great feature, and we're including the receiver with it this time around, right?
Yeah, that's right. This little receiver right here. Let me move the controller out of the way. This is it's about the size of a credit card. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But here's the Bluetooth receiver, as you can see here, Guy. It's about the size of an Oreo, if you will. You can keep it wherever you want, but the Bluetooth is super simple. It allows us to take all of that, all of the music, all of even our movies and our TV shows that we keep trapped on our phones, our televisions, our computers, and stream it wirelessly, because Bluetooth is just a fancy word for wireless, exactly to our Bose. So now we can enjoy all of our music that we're used to keeping trapped on our phones, our tablets, and our computers with our new Bose Wave music system. It's very easy to use the WaveCast Bluetooth adapter that you're getting today. I believe it's the last today's special that we're doing with Bose that we're actually including the Bluetooth receiver of the entire year. So it's really great that we're including that this year. It's literally 2 cords. One goes to the back of your Bose, just plug it in like you would a pair of headphones, and the cord on the right there goes right to your power. When you pair it, when you first turn it on, press the button in the center. You're going to see that little blue button blink. Blue button blink. Say that 5 times fast. And then on your device, whether it be your phone or your tablet, you're going to see it'll say, open up Bluetooth. You'll see it says WaveCast. Select that. And then just start streaming your audio, music, video apps directly to your Bose Wave Music System 4. And get this, if you want, you can throw in a little HSN Live. Go to our YouTube channel, throw in a little HSN Live. So I'm going to show you a little demonstration of what it's like when we stream our music to our Bose Wave Music System. But first, I want to give you a little representation of what it's like normally. So this is how we're normally listening to our music. Let me turn it up if you can hear it here. So this is what it's normally like when we're playing our music, right, out of our phones, kind of tinny, not a whole lot. Now with one button, I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm going to stream that same music out of my Bose. Here, let me turn it up. I know you guys are listening through my Bose headphones, through Skype, through HSN's feed. So imagine if this was actually in your house.
It sounds amazing. I think it sounds probably more amazing here in our studio, just because obviously on Skype, you get the limited feed. So I'll turn mine on, and I've actually got mine basically programmed on the CD. But if I hit my auxiliary button first, and I'll hit my auxiliary button, and you'll see it change. There it says aux, and then I've got my phone right here. All I need to do is hit play, I'm hoping, if we've got it all lined up. Here we go. That's like the worst track ever. I'm gonna change it. Now we're there. Okay, so I want you to listen to this sound. I'm gonna turn it all the way down a little bit, but I want you to listen, and this is what Justin was talking about. As you elevate, listen to the vocals, listen to the bass, listen to all the instrumental. Watch how there's no breakup. You ready? It's crisp. And I can keep going. All right, so whoop, sorry, my bad. There we go. I fixed it. All right. I'm trying to use the remote control backwards. I got to turn it down. But I want you to see the control that you have with this, okay? And that's just using my music. Obviously, if I want to pause this, I could do it on my phone. I could touch the machine because it's got the touch available. Let's talk about how I can get this home to you. You don't have to pay the $2.99 up front, okay? We are HSN, right? Just like our sister station, QVC. They have Easy Pay. We have Flex Pay. Basically, all it is, as I said earlier, It's like you bought a pie, you get the whole pie, but you only pay for one slice of it at a time. There's no fees, there's no interest charge, you know, like you do when you buy a car, you buy a home, and they're like, by the time you wind up paying, you're paying for a car and a half, or almost 2 homes, right? Because you're paying interest as you go. We don't do that. We just cut the price up in this case, into 4 pieces. $75 gets it home. If you are on the fence and you order this and you do as I'm telling you to do, and you get this home and you don't like it, first of all, I'll be shocked. But if for whatever reason you want to return it, you can do that. I am telling you, it's the way to go. Anybody that offers you free financing, take it, all right? I mean, just take it. Even if you can pay for it all at once. And I know there's a lot of people that be like, don't say that, don't say it. You don't have to pay for it all at once. Why would you? Get it home. And I like that because you're not completely committed. You can listen to it and you can understand why so many people have it. Everybody out there, that is anybody, so to speak, has Bose. They know it not only because it is the cachet of the name, but because the brand is so good, the sound is so good. Justin, talk to me about, I know that like even professional athletes, professional teams have trusted Bose for many, many years, correct?
That's right. We've been around since 1964, so over 55 years now. And that's the thing, guys. Bose obsesses over audio. That's all we make is premium audio speakers and products. You know, there's other companies out there, but they might make phones. They might make TVs as well. They also might make refrigerators and dishwashers. All Bose makes is premium audio products. And it's the exact reason why we've been trusted, like with brands like the NFL. Hopefully when we get back to a season, you can see the coaches and the, the players on the sidelines. They all have Bose written on their headphones. They're communicating with Bose, listening to Bose. You know, it's why we are trusted by NASA, by the Sistine Chapel, by Madison Square Garden, by luxury automakers, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's because of this type of audio. We've taken care of all the heavy lifting for you. Setup is a cinch. I'll go over that in a second. But I want you guys to hear the difference one more time, because I think it's really important that you guys at home get this. The difference between what it sounds like when we're listening to it normally, listening to the music on our phone, and then when I turn on my Bose and the Bose Bluetooth receiver captures that song and starts wirelessly streaming it. So one more time, let's go ahead and play it here. This is how we would normally listen to it on our phones. We turn up the volume so you can hear that. Not bad, pretty good. Now, let's go ahead over here. I mean, I don't want to spend too much more time on that, but I just wanted you guys at home to see the difference between what it is listening to it on our phone and what it is listening to it on our Bose Wave music system. It just makes the experience so much better. I mean, I hate to get corny on you, Guy, but it really is, you know, like having your favorite artist, your favorite band in your house with you. You know, if you're at an event, no need to hire a DJ anymore. The Bose Wave music system becomes your DJ, right? It's like, you know, at the holidays when I'm going to throw on some holiday music while I'm doing this talking here. But it's like at the holidays, you know, you break out the Bose instead of, you know, oh, I got to hire a DJ or I got to hire some professional music guy to come, you know, play my holiday tunes. No, you turn on the Bose and everybody gathers around the Bose. It's because it's got that front-loaded slot CD player as well. So play all your favorite CDs. And like you did when you were doing it there, and I'm glad you did it when it went kind of crackly there for a second. You turned on the AM/FM radio. I'm glad you did that there. So it's got that AM/FM radio. It's got dual independent alarms to give you that gradual, nice ramping up of music in the morning. It's also, as you can see there at the bottom, it's a 5-star customer pick. I mean, I think it's got the most out of any reviews on any product on HSN, or close to it, the most 5 stars. But listen to the holiday music. Can you imagine having this around for your friends and your family at the holidays? And again, all of that is streaming directly from my phone to my Bose Wave music system. And I'll tell you, Guy, real quick, I was telling you there a second ago, I'm controlling everything with this remote right here. It's about the size of a credit card. This remote right here is all you need. If you just want to turn it on and off, you saw me do that a few times. You just tap the top of the Bose Wave music system. But here's your remote. You've got your 6 presets right here, just like you do in your car. You see those, I covered it with my whole hand, but your 6 presets, AM, FM, and then you've got your volume rocker right here, your skip forward, rewind, and your eject, plus next to that is gonna be your play and pause button. Everything you need to control your Bose is right here. We've gotten rid of all the buttons on top. Check this out, guy. It's also just one cord. If you can plug in a toaster, you can plug in your Bose. I love the setup on this thing. Normally when I'm at HSN, I'm trying to get you to sign up for some sort of app or subscription, or you got to control everything through an app or something like that, or you know, Wi-Fi, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
With this, you literally plug it in, throw your CDs in, and start listening to your music, or touch the top of your Bluetooth WaveCast receiver that you're getting with the purchase today and start streaming all of your favorite music and listening to all of your favorite sounds. It's really an experience. It's something that you have to hear to believe.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm working around my house, got my TV on in the background sometimes, but it's just background noise. It doesn't really do anything for me. I'm not really feeling anything.
Right.
But when I'm around the house, working from home, anything like that, I got my music on. It really allows me to experience something,
Yeah.
right? It allows me to feel something again.
You know, when I listen to my Bose the most is holiday. I don't know about you. I have so many CDs that I keep. You know, I know a lot of people stream their music, but I still have, you know, like Sinatra, and I've got Tony Bennett, and you know, I love holiday jazz. I love all that stuff, and I've got probably 30 or 40 CDs that I have at home, and I have them all stacked in one area. And I go through this ritualistic thing, like at the end of October, where I pull them out and I spread them out, and then I start playing them right after Thanksgiving, because I love the holidays. And I love Christmas music, so that's when I use it the most. And I use it when I'm just listening to the radio, you know. And I have my favorite stations here in Tampa and St. Pete, and I listen to when I listen to the radio. It brings that experience to a whole nother level. I always say there's 2 types of people when it comes to this. There are people that have heard Bose and people that have not, okay? If you've heard Bose, then I don't have to tell you anything. You know what I'm talking about. You already do. If you've never heard this system before, you gotta try at least once in your life. You have to listen to a Bose, all right? Because it's such a difference between Bose. Like maybe you've got a stereo that's connected to your TV and you put it on, you got a couple of speakers and you listen to it. When I listen to music, I have all that. I have a surround sound system. I have wires going under my house. I have like 8 speakers around my house connected to a very expensive receiver. I still use my Bose. My Bose is this big. I have a system that surrounds my home, and I use the Bose when I listen just to music. When I'm doing TV, I listen to the surround sound, okay? But when I'm doing just music, I listen to my Bose. And that's why I said, either you've heard it and you know how great it is, or you haven't, and you should try it today. We try to make it affordable by giving you monthly payments of $75, you know, so for a little bit more than a tank of gas, or I guess a tank and a half of gas now. Prices have come down a little bit. You can get a Bose home. When people see it in your home, please understand this is a beautiful, beautifully well-made piece of furniture that makes incredible sound. Anybody out there that's a designer understands that they'll be like, well, you should have a Bose in there. All right, you don't want something big and bulky. You want a Bose. You want something that's understated, that gives you a lot of bang for the buck and a lot of punch. You know what I mean? That's what a Bose is. That is why musicians do it. Listen, musicians live around giant speakers all day. When they come home, they just want the sound. They don't want all the clutter, which makes this ideal for apartments. If you've got kids that are at school, right? And you want to get them something really nice so they can listen to their music without having to run wires everywhere. We don't even talk about that, right? You simply plug this in. It's all that you need to do. And then pop in plug in your little Bluetooth adapter, and now you've got Bluetooth. That's all you do. You grab the remote control, and you turn it on, and you enjoy, and you relax. So whether it's music to work out to, by the way, it's gotta be one of the #1 brands for home gyms, for people that wanna really listen to great sound, because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Nobody has a lot of room in their home gym, right? Or even in their basement downstairs, if you've got a finished basement, or like my brother, he's got his up in the attic upstairs in Connecticut. He doesn't have untold room to put a bunch of speakers in there. He's already got a big TV in there, but when it comes to music, you put this in a basement or an attic, you'll never turn it probably over 50, because it fills the room with sound. We are in a studio, and Justin, you know, you haven't been here in a while, but you know, our studio is how many square feet, you guys? What do you think? It's gotta be, I mean, the ceilings are what, 60 feet high. We're talking about,
at least,
I don't know, 70 feet high, at least another 100 and something feet. We're talking about, 15, 20,000 square feet, right, inside here. And it fills this entire studio. It's up, look,
yeah.
We'll show you. Thank you, Mike. We'll show you the entire studio. I'll turn this on again. I'll make sure I have it on auxiliary, which means I can play my Bluetooth, and I'll turn it on. And if I turn this up, and I am telling you, and you guys, all of our staff, all of our crew in the studio, it's loud, right? I mean, I don't even have it turned up. I'm not even all the way up. I mean, it impresses, and let me tell you something, all these folks that are in this studio with us are all experts at what they do, and they all know, and a lot of them, are in production, they understand sound, they understand cameras. They all get very, I'm just gonna stop it with my hand. They all get they're always impressed. They're like, yeah, it's Bose. I mean, listen, we've got cameras in here, all right? And we always, at the networks and people that shoot movies and stuff, they go for the best cameras they can find. In most cases, it's Sony, right? Sony brand is a great brand of cameras. So you'll see those in our studio. And you'll see Bose. You see Bose on professional sidelines of football teams, baseball teams, whoever it is that needs to communicate, right? It's Bose, because you can rely on it, and because the quality is so good. It's not just a name. When you go buy that fancy luggage that's made of, it's not even made of real leather, and you pay all that price, and I'm not putting it down. I don't want to get anybody mad at me, because I know a lot of people that love it, including my son's girlfriend who has a little bag, and she loves it, and she'll get mad. So it's wonderful that you get that. But with this, you really get something tangible. You get something that for years has been developed and delivers the most incredible sound. And when you walk into your house, and Justin, I'll toss back to you after this, but I want to get your take on this. When you walk into somebody's home and you see a Bose, it immediately tells you, you know what? This is somebody who really gets it. They care, they understand sound, they understand music.
Yeah, it is. When you walk in and you see the Bose, I mean, you know that, oh, okay, they understand. I mean, and it makes it so easy. It's got that touch top control on there. So it's like flipping on a light switch. And that's why you said you've got with the 8 speakers around your house, but you use the Bose when you listen to music, because they've just taken all the heavy lifting out of it. They've made it so much easier to use the Bose. And I love how you've been showing all the shots around the studio, because you don't have to have this in any particular place. 52 degrees facing the North Star against the wall to get the best sound. You put it anywhere you want, and you can listen to your favorite music, your favorite radio station, your CDs. This is a lifetime product. You can see here, I've got an old Wave radio sitting next to me. Had this for 20 years, gone back and forth from here to LA and back 5 different times. The remote on it still works. Bose is a lifetime product, but the new one, I've got Bluetooth, and I can watch a movie on it as well. Check that out. It's pretty awesome, huh? So I can do all of those things, not just music, but imagine watching your movies and your TV shows with your Bose as well, and being able to enjoy that rich, robust, room-filling sound.
Yeah, shopping. Even if you're shopping, you can do it with Bose sound, man. That's pretty good. And hey, listen, really quick, I just wanted, I'd be remiss if I did not. Over 600 reviews, 4.7 stars. Whoops. So really quickly, just excellent product. The sound is amazing. Excellent system. Sound is fantastic. These are all just real reviews. The best sound on the market. I mean, outweighed my expectations. I mean, it's crazy. If I have to tell you, if you've never listened to it before, trust everybody out there. They know what's going on. Read the reviews. Justin, you the man. Good to see you, buddy. Give my best to Val.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you soon, bro.
I will. Thank you, sir.
All right, my friend. All right.